We're going to move on now to the thing that you're here for.
Yes.
Let's show that sweet, sweet picture. Bam. Now that's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
That's a different sword and shield.
It is a different
and
sword
it looks awesome.
Look how
That's pretty
astute you
cool.
are.
That's really cool. Big props to our marketing artist Bruno for that image. That's a really cool image of what we're doing.
I like how she's walking away like, hey, I just dropped these. And
take a look.
It's like they're really good, right? Yeah,
she
but I don't
just
need them.
beat somebody is what she
Yeah.
did.
Oh, okay, I got you. I see where it's going.
There's a storyline for everything. Cool. So, John, we're going to talk today about legendary gear.
Yes, legendary gear. So, like you're saying, some people have managed to find it in some of our updated gear, inventory management and stuff like that, which I hope people are enjoying that. So, what is legendary gear? So, every character in the game is going to have one legendary. And it is always their accessory piece because we feel like that's a lot of times those are the coolest, most different piece that they have, right? Wonder Woman's sword and shield, Batman's utility belt. Like, these are things that are like more iconic. Everyone kind of share a head slot, chest slot, legs, stuff like that.
Right.
This is kind of like where we can get really creative because everyone's accessory is unique to them.
Right.
So what does that mean gameplay wise? So gameplay wise, it has the best stats of any piece of gear in the game by far. The stats are set, so the Wonder Woman sword and shield you saw, like whatever its stat rollout is that Paula decided to put on there, I don't know it off the top of my head. That's what it is for everybody, right?
Okay.
So everyone that gets the sword and shield is going to be those stats. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, did I get a bad version? Do I need to re-roll this version? Do I need to go find 50 different versions of it to see if I can get the one that's really good? It's always the best possible piece of gear that you can get, right? And on top of that, each one of them has a custom X stat that changes gameplay in some bigger way than a normal X stat would do, right? We're not talking like, oh, I get like 5% more experience. We're talking it dramatically affects the way your character power works.
And these are super cool.
They're all very fun.
Yes.
We do actually have a couple videos.
Oh, sweet.
To kind of explain that. And then we're going to discuss how you get them, which is awesome.
Yeah, because that's the other big.
That's really the real big part of it. So let's kind of go through a couple of those. So Wonder Woman, explain that.
Typically, Wonder Woman's character power gives her one random buff. With this augment, she will actually get 2 buffs at the same time.
Yep. Yeah. So obviously that's dramatically more powerful than her character power would be normally. Right?
You could see in the video she uses her shield buff or her bracelet buff to get the damage buff after parrying, and then she has the whip buff. So it's double buffs. So Wonder Woman's already a high damage character. So imagine having 2 different buffs at once, or you could have air dash with a defense buff, and
just really oppressive offense, defense, like just whatever combination you kind of get randomly, like it's way more powerful, way better,
and it's way more powerful, and they're also going to be challenging to get, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
let's show another one of the videos. Your choice.
So Cheetah makes it so every one of her claw attacks has a chance to do critical damage, like dot damage. You can see that little red effect, and it adds up. And Cheetah, her claw moves, especially with her character power on, she's already one of the highest damaging characters in the game, so we are talking massive combo damage. Awesome. It's super fun.
Big props to Matt Burke using the fade in and fade out, by the way. Okay, Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, normally you have to choose. Do you want the claws off or the claws on? And you can't use this really, really strong projectile if you have the claws on. With his augment, he always has the claws on, and his character power button becomes the projectiles. So it's a hybrid of both styles.
So if you want a Blue Beetle buff, there's a
there you go.
for it.
Chat is whoa, wow. Yeah, they're flipping out pretty good there.
Yeah. I guess the other thing to say about the gear is that it's all unique pieces. So like the art for each individual piece is completely unique. You will not see it on any other piece of gear for that character.
What's happening with Batman here?
Batman gains a triple jump. He can do his back jump 3 times, like an actual triple jump, or he can do a double cape float.
And that belt looks cool.
Yeah, you can see the glowing belt. All the pieces are super cool.
All right, let's do another one here.
And then this is one we teased in the trailer before. Swamp Thing actually gets an air dash. And you can see the accessory is that club, which is he's basically hitting with a giant glowing tree.
Yep.
It's pretty great.
And this is all canon too. He did have wings.
The wings are absolutely canon.
Well, he has them in his victory.
He does, yeah.
Come on, guys.
Well, I remember that.
So you can see these are both super fun. You're going to feel really powerful, and they radically can change gameplay.
Yep. What else? Are there any more? Is that all of them? That is all of them for now. Awesome.
All we're showing for now.
Well, yeah. There's So let's talk about how we get them.
Yep.
Or you go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So how do we get them? So people have probably noticed. I've been because how we follow all the forums and stuff like that. People have been posting. Oh, hey, I opened up a bunch of mother boxes. Hey, I'm not getting any legendary gear. What's going on? Right. Okay. So they're not giving away randomly like other gear is.
Nope.
Instead, what we've done is there's a legendary multiverse now, in addition to the normal multiverse and the guild multiverse, and it will have its own set of worlds here, right? One for each character. So we have these 7 up first. You can choose any one of these things, and so very similar to our normal multiverses, there'll be some events inside, 3 events in each one, and we have a bunch of requirements that you need to meet to be able to access each of these events.
Right.
When you complete the events, then the completion reward for this multiverse will be the legendary piece of gear.
Now, this is something that, you're not getting these in a day.
No. This is meant to be something where you really need to make kind of a concerted effort to go and try to get this legendary piece, right? It's so powerful, it's so unique, it's so rare that we want to make sure that the amount of effort being put into it kind of matches the quality and the power of the piece that you get.
And also, when you complete these, you see at the bottom completion reward for Diamond Mother.
Oh yeah, so on the way to doing these to getting the legendary, just the events themselves have very, very, very good rewards.
Right. So we have let's just go to the first one here, Steve, real quick. Million credits. You got to donate 1,000,000 credits to this to do the first one. Yeah.
So the very first thing is you have to be level 20 with your character. So that'd be the first hurdle you have to kind of get to or get past. So you say 1,000,000 credits spent. So there's another one, right? 100 meter burn mercenary elbows is the final hit, right? So complete survivor event with Bane. So it's not even going to be things that you have to do inside this multiverse. It's you're going to have to kind of play the whole rest of the game, right, to hit these things. And then when you've completed all the requirements for the first event, you get to play the first event. When you beat that, you move on to the next event. It'll have a new set of requirements.
And you'll keep getting. You obviously get diamond on the other boxes here too.
So
getting rewards.
Yeah. So as you're going along, you're getting a reward for for the plus you're getting the rewards that you'd be getting for going and playing the other game modes to meet these requirements, right? And that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah.
It's not super complicated. It's more of just, hey, I really want this Batman, legendary utility belt. What are my steps to do it? Oh, here's the steps. I'll list it out for you. Go do those things, and in the meantime, you'll be getting great rewards as well.
A word people use in a lot of different types of games, like sort of in game. Like this is like you're becoming a legend.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to have the best possible Batman that you possibly can have, you need this utility belt, right? So this is kind of like one of our in-game things to chase.
And they're going to be challenging, and they're going to take time, and it's just like our game. There's so much to do at all times. This is just another thing that you can keep in your head and keep getting stuff done as you're playing the game.
Yeah. So the other thing is they don't expire like our normal first. So it's not like hey, you're going to wait for the Batman one to pop back up. It's there forever. And you can be working on different ones at the same time. So you don't have to say, oh, I'm going to focus just on Batman. You can move around the cast. And as I'm playing this stuff with Cheetah or whoever, I can be hitting these requirements as well. There's
a great multiverse up right now with Cheetah. Let's put her in there. And
exactly. Yeah. If one of the requirements is win 100 matches with Cheetah with the Predator Special, maybe going to the multiverse for Cheetah is a quick way to kind of do that.
Right. So also they're not all available right now. Not all.
Correct. Yes. The first 7 are available. I want to say probably right now. Actually, I think we actually activated it.
You know what? I forgot to say that. Good point. These are so they're available now. We've turned them on. Now, if you're already in game right now, you might have to back out, reset, and start over. Start the game back up.
Yep.
But they should be available right now.
Yep.
If they're not, don't tweet me. We're working on it. They should be up soon. But so they're good to go. So you're ready to start these now. They're not grandfathered. So if you won 100 matches with Bane over your time there, those don't count.
It will have started. The tracking will have started when this patch came out. So I do think it's grandfathered in as far as this week. But but prior to that stuff is gone.
Right. So right now there are 7 available.
7 available,
and we'll keep dropping them with each as we go.
The plan is to just drop 7 as we go.
Yep. So we'll keep putting them out with different patches, and you're going to have now a piece of legendary gear that makes you do amazing things.
Yep.
I'm personally going to go for Bane first.
I'm going to go for Catwoman.
I'm not going to say what Bane's is,
Well, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman,
She's in the first group, yeah.
Bane's is really fun. It's cool.
Bane's is awesome.
Kind of changes how to play him a little
I like
bit.
how you're like, yeah, I'm going to say it. You're just going to say how awesome it is and not tell anybody.
Should I tell him?
No, hey, this is your stream, man. You do whatever.
I'll tell him. So you don't go on debuff.
Yes.
But there's a caveat, and that is, Steve?
You actually take damage. So the idea is when you go up a Venom level, there will be no downside. You will not get slower. You will not do less damage, but you'll lose about 5%. So you're physically sacrificing your health to be easily the best character in the game.
Right.
It's super fun.
It's a lot of fun. So there we go. John, thank you so much.
Yeah, great. I'm excited to see who can get one of these first. Like, let's see what happens, right? Like, so I'm sure there's people right now. I'm getting off the stream. I'm going to go start grinding out some Batman stuff, trying to get this belt.
We all follow, different games and stuff. Whenever something like this comes out in a game, there's always one person who mathematically figures out the quickest way, the best way. And I've seen. You told me yesterday that it's going to take a while for some of these, and that's good. Yeah, that's the point of them.
Yeah, not a year. No, but yes, sometime.
But there's going to be somebody who just is going to tweet me in 2 days and be like, "Cool, got Bane. That's awesome."
Yeah, me and my friends, we just rotated 24 hours a day. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. Whoever the race for Wonder Woman, tweet me. I want that tweet that I just got Wonder Woman's Sword and Shield.
Yep. We need proof. We need a screenshot, and you'll retweet it.
Yeah.
And if you find Bane, hit me up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll go back to my desk because someone's like, "I got the Wonder Woman Sword and Shield." Something horrible has happened.
Yeah.
So
we'll put the patch that. Anyway, John, we're going to start talking about Manta. If you'd like to go back and do work.
Yes, I have work to do. So I'll go do that.
So we'll be back in 30 seconds, and we'll start talking about the new characters that joined the cast of Injustice 2, Black Manta. We'll see you in a few. All right. We're back. Steve, Black Manta.
Black Manta.
Very exciting. His trailer, I was recently at the GameStop Manager Show in Las Vegas, and we showed that trailer to the room, and the walk-off.
Yeah.
The walk-off gets everybody going.
Yeah.
So he's a fun character. He's really cool. You've been playing him a lot. You're pretty good with him.
I actually have always wanted Black Manta. I've always thought he's a super cool villain. He's so ruthless. He's so unashamedly evil, and I like that it's just a dude in a suit with a vengeance, so I've always wanted him in the game, and I've always wondered, ultimately he's cool, but it's an aquatic villain in a land-based game. What do you do? And our design team, man, they figured it out. It's cool, yeah.
So let's show Black Manta.
All right.
And you're gonna go canon?
I'm gonna go canon.
Cool.
Throne room. I didn't pick throne room, that's okay. So Black Manta, basically, the idea is for his normal attacks, he uses these blades. It's kind of like a Navy SEAL stuff, like a lot of slashing attacks.
Talk real quickly for me. What is his sort of place in the meta? What is he good at?
I would say he is really, really good at mid-range combat. He's pretty good up close, and I think he really excels from the start of the round or a little bit out of it.
Gotcha.
So let's start with his back three. His back three is super cool. He actually summons water, and it has really good range. And it just looks awesome.
That's really cool.
His 4-3 is similar to Starfire's, where it's not actually that fast, but it comes out really fast. It's a fast animation. And then we can go over moves. Yeah, his back one, this is, to me, one of his key moves. It's a very, very fast, long-range move. You can see it hits at the start of the round. And it's 9 frames, and it leads into 2 quick hits. And this is the full string. And his standing 2. Again, you see a lot of these really fast knife attacks. They're really good for breaking armor and staggering. His 2 down 3 ends in a low, and then you can cancel into a special move. Another key normal is his forward 2. You know, I talked about his range. This is one of the key. This is I would call this a good footsie tool. It's safe on block, the last hit's an overhead. It also has one of the coolest sound effects in the game. His head clanking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he has back 2-2, which is a low and an overhead. Pretty good range. Pretty fast for a low attack. He doesn't really have like an unreactable overhead, a super fast overhead. So it's not so much like a 50-50 tool, but it's a great move to start your pressure. Awesome. Here's his throw, which is one of the coolest in the game.
I love his throw. Do the other one.
It's just brutal. The backstabbing is so good. His uppercut's pretty good. He uses a prop, which is always good. His sweep is super cool. I-beam. Jump attack I-beam. A really good jump, too. Alright, so special moves. So yeah, I would say... I think he's a character where his normals are... He kind of hovers around this range. Looks for mistakes, whiff punishes, or just goes in and starts pressure with his special moves, which I'll show in a second. From a distance, it's all about this move, or jumping in, or dashing in. I think basically he's going to be one of those characters, like you'll use this move like Black Adam's forward 1 or Superman's forward 2. Like he'll outrange you, and he'll be able to close the gap really quickly with his normals.
Awesome.
So special moves. We'll start with Manta Rays, which is a multi-hitting kind of mid-range projectile. The meter burn version is extended and it's safe on block, so you can use it like a block string, and it'll always be safe on block. It's not a full-screen projectile. It's not really meant to be like a zoning tool. It's more like you can use it mid-range if you think they're going to dash in, or you can end your combos, or it's a way to, you know, end a juggle combo. Then he has Shark Attack, which is a really fast torpedo. And this is kind of like a Superman punch style move, or a Raiden torpedo, where it's a great whiff punisher. It's a great combo ender. It's also his wake up attack. So it's a high risk, high reward, well, high risk, low reward wake up attack. And if you meter burn it, it extends. And this is going to be one of your key juggle enders. You can also do this in the air. And you can still extend it there.
Nice.
So then he has his harpoon gun. Oh, another normal I forgot, which looks super cool. Just beating you with the end of his harpoon rifle. So he has a harpoon gun, and this is not a traditional like zoning tool, but it's a lot faster than you think and has really, really good recovery, and it's kind of a great full screen check. Like it's not like a fireball that you'd spam, like a Dr. Fate kind of fireball, but it's really good to kind of do. And if they're trying to like dash in to get into the range of your normals, you can use it. You can meter burn it and get additional damage. And if they have, it's a high, and if they happen to duck it, the recovery is pretty good. It's going to be pretty hard to whiff punish. Not impossible, but pretty hard. It's definitely one of those great moves where you can just kind of do it and keep the opponent like patient, wanting to walk in, and then you can walk into your range, and then you're good to go in your forward 2 range.
Gotcha.
He also has an air version, which again is pretty quick, pretty decent recovery when it whiffs, and he has 2 versions. You can hold down, and it'll be a little bit closer, and the meter burn is super cool. Stomps on him. And again, I think this is a great space control move to use full screen, and the opponent's going to have to slowly walk in, and then when the opponent gets to here, you can go into back 1.
Cool.
It's also a great combo ender. So, let's go into his torpedoes. He has these shoulder cannons, and these like really complement his mid-range. You put them out, and then they don't track the opponent. They always go in this space, but it kind of covers this whole like mid-range thing. If they happen to jump, they're going to get hit. If they're standing, they're going to block them, and then they're safe. And then the meter burn is 2 that also launch. So this is one of his key combo starters, for example. And then you get the pop-up, you get the back 3, and you get your juggle combo. So I think these are going to be good as combo starter, as space control, and then block pressure. You can kind of do stuff like this, and then, you know, they're going to respect that, and then you can do the whole string, or you can use his character power, which I'll show in a minute. And the thing about the rockets is, if you hit him, if you see that he's doing them, and you poke him out of them, the rockets will fly away. So it's not guaranteed pressure. They're not
we were playing earlier, and there's a couple times where I was able to get through it, and I thought I was going to get hit. Cause
they'll actually fly off.
There's certain things in the game where you'll actually get hit in those situations. Those are gone.
These are not, and that's the way they're balanced. But the nice thing is, as usual, you know, it's a conditioning thing. If the opponent's looking for the rockets, that's going to free you up to do his other pressure, his throws, and stuff like that. He also has a teleport move. And this is a great anti-zoning tool. So, if you're struggling to get mid-range, you're struggling to get your harpoon game going, and the opponent's using fireballs against you, you can make a hard read and do a projectile. And if you meter burn it, you get an I-beam, and then you get a combo. Or you can drop the combo. There you go. There's obviously better combos you can do, but that's my example.
That's the top one.
That's the top. A standing one and do a lift 4-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, this is unsafe. The regular one is unsafe, and meter burning it, you can duck it. The beam will punish it. You know, it's high risk, high reward. It's really kind of a move that you want to predict the opponent's doing the fireball, and then you just go for it. It's a YOLO move. And it's also a combo extender. So, like, it'll combo off this, and you can do your combo. You can actually, if he's not invincible when he's doing it, you can hit him out of it. Like, there's a lot of risk to it, but it's one of those moves where if you have the courage to establish that you're willing to do it, the opponent's going to be out to scared of it. Very reminiscent of Supergirl's teleport.
Cool.
And I guess it's time for his character power, which is super, super cool. It's the ability to use his jetpack. And he actually will start hovering. Now, this does not control like Hawkgirl's Flight or like Ermac's Levitate and MKX. You actually have to hold it down, and I'll turn the meter back on. You can see the little character power meter. So that's how much jet fuel you have. And you can hold it down and hover like this, or you can kind of boost yourself. You can also instantly go down if you want. And this has many, many purposes. You can use it full screen. Let's say the opponent is shooting mid fireballs at you, right? You can hover over, dodge the fireballs, and then do, like, he could do from the deep. And you can actually jump in the air, start hovering, and then punish the recovery of the fireball with your air harpoon. Or you can use it up close in combos. Or you can do cancels. Do one hit and then drop down and then continue your combo. You can also use it in your block pressure. Like, say you've done this enough and you've conditioned the opponent to respect it and they're kind of frozen up waiting for the rockets, you can start doing this and then go around. You can go back. You can bait out like a poke, like a down one, and actually float out of the way and then do the air harpoon. So this is used offensively and defensively, but you have limited use. And kind of the specialist Black Manta players are going to have to judge, like, how long do they want to stay floating? Like, do they want to actually hover around and use the whole bar? Do they want to float for just a little bit, dodge something, and then immediately drop down? Do they want to use it for combos? It's definitely the most interesting thing about, like, I think, the way I think of Black Manta is, on the ground, just playing mid-range, he's a pretty simple character. He's kind of like Superman or Green Lantern. He's pretty straightforward. But then the flight that's the depth. There's a lot of layers of depth there with flight. It's not really like anything else in the game.
How long does it take to recharge?
It's a pretty decent amount of time. It's not something where, oh, you know, it's like you'll never be able to use it again. But you can see it's a pretty decent amount of time.
Now, can he use it before?
Yeah, and you can use it. So you could have like a steady rhythm of using it. You don't have to wait till it's all the way back.
What moves can he do in the air with it?
He can do all of his air attacks. So he can do his normal attacks, and he can do his harpoon, and he can do his shark attack.
Cool.
Super move?
Do it. Kitchen sink stuff right there.
Yeah, he pretty much uses all of his coolest tools in one big move.
Right on. Cool.
So yeah, I think Manta's going to appeal to people who want to outrange people. They want to outrange the other player, and they want to be able to deal with zoning, but they're not the type of player that wants to sit full screen and zone themselves. They want to get in, but they want to prevent the opponent from being able to get in.
People are asking about the transition.
Oh, the transition?
Right.
Well, it's another Black Manta, but my explanation would be this is a game about the multiverse, and that is actually the Black Manta of Earth 7191, and it is not this Black Manta, so it's perfectly canon. It makes a lot of sense. That other Manta is sitting out there waiting for the regime to fall, and then he's going to try to take over Atlantis. He's hoping no one will notice. It's not the same Manta.
Right, you went deep on that.
Yeah, that's canon.
That's canon. That is Injustice 2 canon starting right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's talk about his other outfits.
Yep. He has some really, really cool gear. I would actually say his gear is maybe, like, among my friends here, among the most popular in a long time. It's some crazy stuff. You can see his jetpack changes, that's his accessory, and some really crazy lighting and helmets. And you can see his beam change color. So this is so cool when you see his intro, when the lights come on and stuff.
So it shows, yeah.
Yeah, it'll actually show. It's super, super cool. So with this loadout, I went with 2 abilities that buff his Manta Rays. You can see he has a lot of normal attacks that uses Manta Rays. He has the Manta Ray special moves. So the first thing I gave him was Dark Suit, which is a buff. This will buff his Manta Rays. They will do more damage, and you can actually see the effect change. The effect looks so cool, like the flames. At the price of he takes a defense debuff. So he will take more damage, but his rays do more damage. And then to complement that, I gave him low sweeping Manta Beam, which is a really high damage, good low attack. You meter burn it, it'll actually go all the way across the screen. So this would be a great Manta zoner. This would be a great Manta loadout if you like zoning with the fireballs and you're using a lot of the beams in his combos.
I thought we lost you there for a second.
You can go ahead and use this. Take the risk on using Dark Suit. Like, I mean, this will do pretty good shit. So, one more loadout?
That's a good Manta zoner, huh?
Yeah. I like this one. It's super cool.
Ooh.
Alright, so again, different colored beam. And man, that glow, that's really cool. So with this one, I gave him 2 really interesting space control tools. The first is his Tidal Wave, where you actually blow up a water tank off screen, and it'll delay and then come out. And the cool thing is, you have a brief amount of time where you can actually move while this is going on, and you can do combos with it. So the opponent's sitting there blocking, and then you actually have time to kind of go in when it's coming out. And the meter burn actually comes out the other way. So they'll come to you, you have to block behind, and then you can do combos. The second thing I gave him replaces his torpedo move with the Black Pearl Grenade, which you will roll on the ground, and it has different distances. You can do it close, very far, and that'll trip the opponent. If you meter burn it, they'll actually get caught in this whirlpool, and you get a free combo. Trust me, you get a... Alright, this time I got it.
Your combos are on point today.
Yeah. I mean, you want to try?
I've never played him, no, I'm good.
Yeah. So, if you really like his mid-range game and you want additional combos, these would be a great loadout. I think the Tidal Wave is especially cool. That's kind of if you like setups and knockdown setups and they're going to delay to wake up and you predict they're going to delay to wake up, you can use this, and then they have to block from behind. Some super, super fun setups with the Tidal Wave move. And
I love setups.
Yeah, I mean, you're a setup guy.
I'm a setup guy. God or guy?
God. You're not a god.
Fine. Cool. Well, thank you, Steve. He has some amazing-looking gear, and I love all the color changes. That's really, I mean, I know the fans love when that changes sort of like some of their particle effects as well, so that's really cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
I think Manta turned out really, really awesome.
Well, that is the sort of rundown of Black Manta. He'll be available next week, I believe. That's right. Yeah. Very exciting for that. A couple